Okay, so it's that time again. Time to react to some more Dokkan hot take. Let's just get right into it. Let me refresh in case this person has done some more hot takes. Either way, let's get started. The first hot take, let's just get right into it. AoEs are not the worst boss mechanic. Sure, then what is? It's this BS right here. Less stunned. Yes, stuns are pretty powerful, but even worse than that in my opinion is locking. Although AoEs, you can argue AoEs are the worst. To be fair though, worst is a subjective word because it comes down to what you don't like personally. Me personally, I don't hate AoEs, but you do have to have like a lot of units that can tank them. The thing is, the way Dokkan is going forward right now is that specifically on JP in the 9-year anniversary, like there are different types of content. Not everyone is doing AoEs, which is good because there are just certain units that are weak to AoEs but would be strong elsewhere. So it's good to have a variety of different content, so that you can use the different units in the different content and make them look good. But let's move on. Looking back, this is easily my favourite 2023 TUR. I mean, fair enough, that's subjective. The funny thing is, this unit is not even out on global yet. But my favourite, there was a lot of good ones to be fair. Piccolo Jr., Tech Goku, God Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Vegito. There was a lot of good TU. 2023, bro, was such an underrated year for Dokkan. Like 2023 was a great year for Dokkan. In my opinion, 2023 was handled pretty much perfectly. There are some minor changes that I would make. For example, with AGL Vegito, let him transform more easily, but like aside from little things like that, I think 2023 was a great year for Dokkan, and I will stand by that. Great animations, sure. Amazing team, I don't even know what their team is. Good kit, sure. Great OST, sure. Honestly, the unit's good, but yeah, for me personally, 2023 was a great year. That's my hot take, because apparently that is a hot take, which it shouldn't be. I think we're at a point in Dokkan where units have too good of a skeleton to have a bad EZA. Yeah, fair enough. Hence why all of the latest EZAs are actually super good. Even on global, like Kefla's really good. Tech Khalifa is arguably even better. I would argue Tech Khalifa is better because of the guaranteed dodge. STR Kale's pretty good. Hit on global right now is pretty weak just because he's weak to AoEs, and there's only AoE events on global in terms of like the most difficult events. Outside of Vegeta and Nappa, no 2020 and beyond EZA has been bad. I would have to go through them, but I'll just take your word for it to be fair. Actually, I can look over here. If I open that, okay, I can't be bothered. There's a lot there. Let's just move on. I never held that much of a grudge against this guy. Well, speak for yourself, because I despised this guy. Not even just because of himself, because I am okay with getting an Ultimate Gohan LR. I have been asking for that for ages. But it was the timing which was awful. The fact that it's beastless, and the fact that it's beastless and the unit wasn't even like truly that overly impressive. Just no. Not gonna lie, I don't get the hype for heroes units. That's fair enough. I like the hero units, but if you don't, I can't argue with that. They usually age out fast. I mean, Super Saiyan 4 Vegito has aged well so far, although I don't really know how he would fare against the new content. To be fair, I don't know if he'd even be that good in the new content. Like early on he'd be good, but after his damage reduction wears away, how good will he be? Probably not that good, to be fair, now that I think about it. To be fair, I do want to see gameplay of him, but he probably has aged out now. To be fair though, the fact that they made this guy so good was probably a sign that the 9-year anniversary was going to be overly busted. So fair enough, but let's move on. This event was peak on drop, sure. I don't care what all of you say. Beating this event was the most satisfying thing I've ever experienced when playing this game, and I don't think any boss can match that again. Purely subjective, so fair enough. Wait, this is a bloody thingy, isn't it? This is a modded account. Well, fair enough, but let's move on. One of the biggest globes. Yeah, I think there's a lot of the EZAs that are coming out these days. Like, they are making the units better than they were on release. Like, you can argue Kefla is better now than she was on release. Even on JP, what do you call it? The Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta, the physical LR, they are significantly better now than they were on release. Like, the exception to that is STR LR UI Goku. Like, his EZA has been very good, but he was better on release, because on release he was the best unit in the game. But let's move on. Never been a big fan of this guy since release. Every time I run this guy on any 8 out of 10 team, he has gotten me killed since his damage reduction run out a little too fast. Yeah, this guy's better in shorter content. No one's gonna argue with that. Oh, there is more hot takes. Oh, nice. That's a lot. Oh, nice. Fair enough. That's pretty good. I'll take that. But let's go into this one. Not gonna lie, I don't see a point in running the int androids when these guys just have the same units under their lead. The int androids. I don't know what unit this team leads. I don't think they lead tournament participants. In fact, I know they don't. So what team do they lead? Irrelevant. But the thing is, the Gammas are really good. Like, make no mistake about it. Like, the Gammas are easily a top 10 unit. I've no doubt about it. His team is fine. You all are overreacting to how bad it is. Thing is, I would have to go over it again, but realistically, his team is not overly impressive. It's not as bad as what people try to say, but it's certainly not overly impressive. I will certainly give you that. He isn't better than any of the 9th anniversary units. I would probably, if we're specifically talking about the brand new LRs, I would probably be inclined to agree, although there is certainly a discussion to be had. A lot of people are underrating Orange Piccolo these days for some reason, but he's good. But the thing is he better than any of the new LRs? I would probably put Orange Piccolo above the Gammas, but that's probably about as far as I would go. But even that is maybe debatable. But to be fair, thing is, the truth puts Orange Piccolo above Broly. I personally don't agree with that, but I can see why you would do it. Easily one of the most forgettable units of 2023. Yeah, their EZA was very unimpressive. They were talked about for a week, then forgotten. To be honest, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, when this unit came to Global, I didn't even know they had an EZA on JP, yeah, let alone on Global. Like, bloody hell, they were fine. Like, this is, honestly, their EZA might be the single most forgettable EZA in the history of this game. Because they weren't even terrible. It's just that thing is, if they were bad, they'd be more like remembered. But they were just nothing. Like, literally, they were just nothing. They weren't bad. They weren't good. They were just nothing. So let's move on. Not gonna lie, after the 9th Annie, she has fallen off a bit. The thing is, I want to see more gameplay of her in the 9th Annie content, because I don't know if she has fallen off. Like, maybe she can't go slot 1, but if she's getting a full 200% leader skill, and then she supers twice or 3 times before she gets hit, so you put her in slot 2 or 3, I think Bulma can still cook, although, like I said, I do want to use her myself in the new difficult content, but obviously I'm only on Global, so I'm unable to do that, so I will have to watch some gameplay. I hate dodge or die support units. Yeah, honestly, fair enough. Like, if you're gonna be dodge or die, at least have 70%, at least minimum 70%, and then you can give the unit a full dodge. But the dodge has to be start of turn. But yeah, it has to be 70%, and then you give the unit a full dodge build, give them a scouter, basically in Shirai, and we're cooking, and let them tank normals, and then we're really cooking. But let's move on. My most hated release of all time, mine is Beastless Gohan, but let's move on. They had the groundwork with Ginyu to make him amazing, but they fumbled the bag so hard it's insane. Honestly, I'm not gonna argue with you too much there, so fair enough. Let me refresh in case there's any more hot takes here, and then we can move on with the rest of the video, so because I've got a few more tweets pulled up, but that's all of that. What are your thoughts on AGL Kale after all her buffs? Funny thing about Kale is, she's obviously gained a lot of value recently, but the thing is, she's only gained that value on Global. But the thing is, so some of the units on her team that are must runs are weak to AoEs. And the only difficult content on global are AoEs, have AoEs, so KL's team is still not that good on global. Maybe they'll be better against the 9th Annie content, but there's no AoEs. But on global, her team is good, make no mistake about it, but it's not that good, just because, like for example, Hit is weak to AoEs. To be fair, outside of Hit, the team's not that bad, to be fair. I need to use it a bit more, but so far, I think KL's team is good, but it's not like one of the best in the game, not even on global, let alone JP. Then, Tech and STR with GO Blue, now Physical and AGL with GO Blue. I'm not gonna lie, I like the image. And the thing is, Vegito Blue, the AGL Vegito Blue is not as good as the Gogeta Blue, but AGL Vegito Blue is certainly better than some people give him credit for, and also he has a lot of value in my opinion. Even still, you have $20, so what are you buying? Straight away, I'm getting the Dragon Balls, and then after that, I've got $10 left over. So I don't know what I would do with the rest. Probably get the Clover. I don't know what powers that would give, but I guess I'll take it because it's $10 and I've got 10 left. I'll tell you what I'm not taking. I'm not taking Pikachu because what am I doing with that? I'm not taking the hat because what am I doing with that? I'm not taking anything from Chainsaw Man because I don't even like Chainsaw Man. I don't even know what that is over there. Gojo, I think if it's his powers, I wouldn't mind it, but obviously with the Dragon Balls, it's like you get any wish. So with the Dragon Balls, you can literally get Gojo's powers just by using that. I know the Dragon Balls don't work like that, but the way that I'm looking at it is you get any wish, and then the Clover, you get the wish and you get powers. So I'm taking these two any day of the week. It's about time we have a discussion about anyone who has Orange Piccolo above the new anniversary units. Orange Piccolo is above the Gammas, probably. I think that's fair to say. The thing is, I do need to see more gameplay of the Gammas, so I won't comment too much on that, because realistically it can probably go in any order. The thing is, right now Dokkan is in such a good place because there's so many good units that everyone's top 10 lists are going to be different. Not only can they be different, but they are going to be different just because of the variety in the game right now. Yeah, Tekkalifla might just be the best EZA in the game. She might just be the best EZA in the game because she literally cannot be touched on the right setup or against the right enemy. But Caulifla's good. Caulifla is good. The best EZA on global. Is Caulifla the best EZA on global? You could certainly make the argument because she's really good. I'm not even gonna lie. Here are some DFEs and LRs I want to see in 2024. I'm not opposed to any of these. Cellmax, Tornabutter, Orange Piccolo Part 1, Cellmax Part 2. I'm down. Kid Buu, we do need an LR Kid Buu. Baby, I'm not against it. Majin Buu, I'm not against it. This would be a lot of villains that are pretty much needed in Dokkan right now, and the truth clearly would be quite happy with that. And we're gonna end with this. If Tech Jiren was to get his EZA this upcoming week, what would you want to see from him? What I would want to see is 100,000% attack and defense, and then I'll be happy. But aside from that, realistically, what would I want to see from him? Just give him, it's just the basics really. Make him good defensively, make him do good damage, make him self-sufficient. We're looking good. There's nothing special. Nothing special. I don't need to say anything special because that covers it all. But let's do a quick subscriber challenge. If you guys agree that Jiren's EZA, we do want to see it in the anniversary. If you agree with that, then you have to subscribe because that is the challenge. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, then do subscribe, especially if you just failed that challenge, because that is indeed the challenge. Also, do leave a like and comment because those things do help out. With that said, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Ta-ta, adios, and bye-bye.